what's up, Planeswalkers? Today I have a top 10 list of the top 10 worst cards ever printed in Magic. There's lots of funny, weird, strange, crazy cards, and this is just going to be a really fun video. But before I make the video, I just want to give a quick shout out to Tucker Deborde. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. He just has a really great channel, and when he gets to 100 subscribers, he's going to have a great, really amazing giveaway, and we might do some kind of collaboration in the future. Alright, so let's get on with the video. First card we have is Apocalypse Chime. This is a 2-mana artifact that you can pay to and tap to sacrifice it and bury all cards from the Homeland expansion. First of all, even if Homelands were a good set, which it isn't, what are the chances that you'll be playing a card that's from that set out of the, what is it, maybe 15,000 cards printed? And Homelands is a horrible set. But I mean, I just do think it's a cool card. It's a fun ability, I guess. Maybe if you were playing like Homelands Limited. First we have Nameless Race. Before I go into how this is a bad card, let's just take a second to admire how incredibly he looks almost exactly like Zuko from The Last Airbender, Avatar The Last Airbender. Okay, so it's 4 mana for a star trample, and when you play it, you have to pay star life, and that's its power and toughness, and it can't be countered or whatever, but the star may not be greater than the number of white cards all opponents have in play and in their graveyards. So if you're not playing a white deck, or even if forget about the white ability, the white thing, you have to pay 4 life for it to be a normal creature. 4/4/4/4. Oh, it does have trample, and you can only do that if your opponent is playing like mono white. This is a really bad card. Okay, let's see. Next, we have Great Wall. Some cool flavor, I guess, but so 3 mana creatures with Planeswalk may be blocked as if they did not have this ability. So basically they lose Planeswalk, and like it looks like very mediocre, like weird sideboard card until you realize that there are 4 cards ever printed with Planeswalk. Let's see, next we have this. This, by a lot of people, is considered the worst card ever. And it's also just bad for, like, it's so confusing. You tap it to exchange control 2 of opponent's blocking creatures, and it can't cause an illegal block. And then it does 2 damage to you and 2 damage to each creature you control whenever it's tapped. It's a weak ability, and it actually does damage to you, so, and it's a land, so it's worse than, it would be worse to have Sorrow's Path than to not have it, because you're losing the ability to tap with a land, and it deals damage to you. I don't know. I did hear someone had made a working fun deck with that, and I would love to see that deck, because that would be hilarious. Okay, so here we have Aladdin's Lamp. if you look at it, I think Wizards probably squished the 1 and the 0 together on purpose, so it looks like it only costs 0 mana or 1 mana or something, because it costs 10. 10 mana. And then for X and tap, instead of drawing a card from the top of your library, draw X cards, but choose only 1 to put into your hand. Shuffle the leftover cards and put them at the bottom of your library. X can't be 0. So basically, if you pay X mana, you can choose out of a few cards which card you drew, which isn't even a very good ability. Like, and then this costs like 10 mana. Like, I could see it costing like 3 and not even being that great. I mean, I guess it's card advantage, but this is just really bad. Costs way too much. Next we have Scornful Egotist. This costs 8 mana. So, and it's a 1/1. So it's gotta have some kind of amazing like ability, but no. It's just an 8/8. It's a 1/1 for 8. And then, or you can play it as a 2/2 for 3. And then wait, it has something awesome. You can pay 1 mana, and then it becomes a worse creature. It becomes a 1/1. The only way this card could possibly be good is if you have cards benefiting from high mana cost, because it only costs 3 and it's still as a converted mana cost of 8. Okay. Next we have this card, because it kind of goes with that card. Break Open. Turn target face down creature and opponent controls face up. Now normally when cards are face down, you pay mana to put them face up. And that's a good thing. And so basically you're just helping out your opponent, not making them have to put it face up. The only time that this would be like relevant at all is making the 2/2 from another one of the worst cards ever into a 1/1. So if you really think you're going to be playing one of the worst cards ever and you want to give it a -1/-1 counter, by all means play Break Open. Next we have Wood Elemental. This is a 4 mana like star, and the stars are the amount of force you tap when you put it into play. So basically this would cost say you had 7 lands. You could play this as a 3/3 if you sacrifice 3 lands for 4 mana. Great card. We don't have too many left. Next we have Steam Flogger Boss. This isn't necessarily one of the worst cards ever because it's 4 for a 3/3. So this isn't actually, you know, there are definitely cards that are worse than it, but I wanted to put it in here because it's just practically an unhinged, unglued card now, because it says other rigger creatures you control get +1/+0 in haste. If a rigger you control would assemble a contraption, it assembles 2 contraptions instead. You see, rigger, assemble, and contraption, those 3 words have never been used in any card except for Steam Flogger Boss. Wizards had this grand idea like 7 years ago to make this card, assuming they would like make more rigger creatures in the future, but they never did. Alright. Alright. I believe this is our last card. Oops, not this one. Here we go. Cosmic Horror. This card is meant to represent all huge, like, large, old creatures with huge drawbacks. 6 mana for a 7/7 for strike. You know, that's a fine card that they would make now. But during your upkeep, pay 6 mana or destroy it. Really bad already, right? If you destroy it this way, it deals you 7 damage. There's so many cards I could have used. Just like look up old cards with big drawbacks, and you will find thousands that are just as bad as that. So anyway, I hope you liked this video. This got really long, but thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.